Hello, everybody. John Thompson, OGPlumbgod. Check me out on IG if you don't, or if you haven't already. So, basically, I just got back from the Plumbing Hacks convention in Florida, and my allergies totally went away, and I was living life to the fullest out there, breathing good, sneezing, nah. And as soon as I got out of my car at my house, instantly the allergies smashed me and I started sneezing, got a runny nose, like right away. Drove me nuts. Anyways, I'm back on the grind. I gotta get I gotta get my apprentices on the road. I gotta teach these guys something, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. As a trainer, you're obligated to make these guys better than you. That is my mission every time they're in my truck. I have to teach them everything I know and why I know it and why I'm doing it this way. And being a fix and repair plumber, I think it's a great thing that I have a little different insight from the new construction guys because I'm fixing all this stuff. And I feel privileged to be able to see the failures and why things fail. So why it's so important to have a gas sediment trap and the proper way to install it. I install it with the T going down on the unit control valve, and I think it's important so that the gas gets forced down into the trap, and then as the gas is able to rise up, or the sediment is forced into the trap, and then the gas can rise up and flow into the unit control valve or thermostat, whatever you guys want to call it. And we have to tell our technicians or our apprentices why we're doing it this way. And if they do it another way, what's going to happen? How is this going to cause a failure for the future? When we install something, we are installing it for longevity and to save our customers money in the long run. That is our objective. And if we, as plumbers, do not pass this on to the next generation, it's not going to be good. These guys, they're not going to represent your company the way you want to be represented, right? You want to be represented as the best plumber in your area, the most knowledgeable plumber in your area. But if you're not teaching your guys how to become better than you, then you're missing the bar. But here's the thing. How do you ensure that they're going to become better than you, right? I mean, I think about it constantly. How am I going to get them better than me? Well, for one, when I was thrown out in a truck, they just left me to the wolves, right? And you either sunk or swam. And 9 times out of 10, the people weren't there. When I joined the company that I work for, Rescue Rooter, there was about 20 guys that were apprentices with me. And they wanted to start this new program of hiring these young guys and putting them all with their current technicians and getting them on the road within 6 to 9 months. And by the time I left after 6 years, there was only 2 people left. One actually became a service manager, and the other one was the highest grossing technician that they've ever seen, which was me. But the other guy was amazing. He's an amazing manager. He has this different perspective on service, and he actually helped me become a better service provider. And so back to how are we going to ensure that these guys are going to be at the next level? They're going to be at a higher level than you are when you're done with them. Well, it's not going to happen overnight, right? By the time they get out of your truck, they're not going to be better than you, and that's all there is to it. But over time, with your constant guidance, when you take on an apprentice, that is your boy for life. That is your job. And if you don't want that responsibility, do not take them on your truck. Do not make them just your bitch. That is not who they are. They're there to learn and to grow and to make you a better technician as well. Because the better teacher you are, the better service provider you will be. Because that means you can explain it to your customers better. If you cannot explain it to a technician that has the mindset of a mechanical person and that mechanical mindset, you are not going to be able to explain it to somebody that doesn't. that doesn't have that mentality, somebody that only knows like desktop software, or somebody that just does dialysis or something like that. They don't understand that because that's not them. So if you cannot train your technician, you're not going to be able to sell straight up, because we have to teach our customers how to maintain something and teach them the reasons why they had a failure. So what I do is I'll take that why we had this failure and create a reasoning for why I'm teaching my apprentice this. So, such as the gas sediment trap. Why does the unit control valve fail? Sometimes it could be multiple things, but if they don't have a gas sediment trap, it could be because there's debris inside the unit control valve or the thermostat. So that gas sediment trap, when you are selling a new one, you better bring it up to code and put a gas sediment trap in and say, this is going to help the longevity of this unit, right? And you have to explain this to your technicians or your apprentices so that they can take that information and bring it on. So by taking on an apprentice, this is your plum son. That's what I call them. These guys are my plum sons, and they're my sons for life. I got guys that have called me after years of me not even talking to them, or them calling me. It's so funny, and we jive right off the bat. And I love these guys, man. I love them. They respect me, and I respect them equally because I'm proud of what they're doing, and I'm stoked. And you know what? I look forward to the day that they teach me something, and they will. They will. You're setting them up with a foundation that you have had for years, for 10 years. Some of you guys 20 years. You're giving them 20 years of knowledge of doing something the best way. You don't think that they're going to figure out a better way than you're doing it? Believe me, they will. That is our job, is to figure out how to solve problems as a fix and repair plumber or a service plumber. That is our job, is to figure out how to make something better and find out the reasonings for failures. So I'm expecting every single one of my apprentices to teach me something. Teach me a better way. Teach me something that I didn't think of outside of my box. You know, as a plumber, you get into your groove, into doing it your way. Your way, your way, your way. I want you guys to challenge yourself, sit back, watch your apprentice, ask him why he did it that way. Ask him. He might have a different point of view than you, and he might change your perspective on that situation, on that tool he's using, why he's using it and how he's using it, or the way he's actually running a line to go into this new tankless water heater. You know, you don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Nobody does. But if you have an open mind, you're going to be on top of your game. I promise you that. And you're going to be a good leader, and you're going to be a good teacher for these young guys that need somebody to look up to. And that is my goal. Every day as I'm training, how do I make this gentleman or woman better than me when they're at my age in plumbing, when they're in 12 years? How are they going to be better than me, and how am I going to get them there? And I can't wait till they're my plumbing age, so that I can look at them and be like, you are better than me, dude. And you know what? I've witnessed it myself. My brother, he never touched one single tool before he came to work for me. Not one. Didn't know how to use a shovel or dig a hole. You know what? He is the biggest selling, grossing technician that I have, the most meticulous plumber that I have, and I am super proud to call him my brother and my apprentice. And he still calls me on jobs, and I don't know why he's calling me. He's got the answers. He knows what to do. But you know what? That just goes to say that we all still have insecurities, and we all still need that support of our leaders, and not just our leaders, just our coworkers alone. You know, once you create this bond with somebody, it's like going to war with them. That bond's not going away. It will not go away. And that's why I say, if you are not ready for an apprentice, Do not do it, because you're creating an impression on this young lad that he will take with him his entire career. If you don't treat him with respect, he's not going to treat you with respect. And believe me, he's going to badmouth you, and not just you, but your company. So, and their training policies. So make sure that you are ready to take on an apprentice. And if you are not, tell the owner or tell your supervisor or go to your chain of command and let them know, I am not ready for this adventure. I want to be, but I'm still trying to figure this out on my own. So, but when I am ready, I will tell you, and I will be happy at that point to take on this challenge. And this relationship, this new family member, because that's what it is. You're bringing in a new family member to your life, and if you're not ready for it, like I said, don't take it on. But there's my GPS. See, it's telling me what's up, and I like that. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening to this podcast, and be a positive role model for your apprentice. Don't just treat him like a little piece of shit and dig trenches and go and get tools for you, and that's all. They're there to learn. Teach them what's up. Teach them how to use the tool. Teach them why you're doing every little thing. Critique the shit out of them in a positive way to where they appreciate you and grow to love you and respect you. Anyways, like I said, thanks guys for listening, and we'll catch you again on the next go around. Let's learn some shit.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.